This is the 2022 range of motorhomes from Forster. This is an overcab, and I want to show you the overcab models in this video. These are the vehicles which can take most people because there's more room inside. This is going to cost about 58,500 euros. It is the Alcoven 741 VB, and the 741 tells us how long it is. It's 741 centimeters in length. Now, why should you get a cab over van? Largely because of space. You get huge amounts of space, and if you've got more people to sleep inside, then this could be an option you'd want to choose. And when I talk about space, for example, look at all this storage you've got. You know, for a full-timer, it could be that this makes far more sense. If you look, you know, full-time, you were looking for storage, you might, don't suppose there's going to be 4 of you. Personally, I've never come across 4 people full-timing in a van before, but I do see occasionally 4 people going out for longer trips. I know there are things like people on Instagram and this, that and the other. It's a couple with a couple of kids, but you know, in 10 years on the road, I've never come across them. Right, so anyway, this is meant to be the kiddies' room, and the kiddies have got the toilet and the shower also to play with. There's only one drainage hole there. You've all this space. You've also got a divider here, and I like these cloth dividers myself more than I like the solid dividers. It comes across like that. It'd be even better if I could work out how to close the thing. Let's come to the front. Now let's have a look at some negative sides of the this type of vehicle. Okay, 741 centimeters in length. That okay, it's plenty low profile, 741 centimeters. The big thing, of course, with this is that it's going to burn a lot more fuel. Thing is, as I always say, if you're worried about your fuel costs, then I don't think you should be driving under the motorhome anyway. You may say that's not very environmentally friendly of me, and it is slightly different to the sort of thing I normally say, because I'm all into saving the planet as much as possible. Every 8 centimeters of height, even in a smaller van to this one, will add 0.5 litres per 100 kilometers more fuel. So if you do 10,000 kilometers in a year, that is how much? It's about an extra 50 litres of fuel. You have to go once more to the fuel station. If it's 10,000. I've done the maths correctly? I think I have. What if you do 20,000? Well, you have to go to the fuel station twice more in a year. That's the cost. So it's not really too extreme, I think. An extra fill up, and if you, so it'd be what, about an extra 75 euros a year. Its current price is very approximately 10,000 kilometers a year. Is that realistic? I think it is, and the reason I think it is, you know, I don't do many. I live in a van, because I tend to stay in one place. It's not the idea. You don't use the van like you use a car, for example. If you're using a car to go to work every day, you know, and that really quickly all adds up. With a van, you might take it somewhere long distance a couple of times a year, and that's it. Of course, there are people who live in the van who would do far more kilometers than that. But anyway, that's just a general just a general idea. Right, so now we'll have a look at this one. The Alcoven 699, 7 meters long. It costs 60,500 euros. The bed goes up like that. The bed goes up like that in all of them. That is quite usual. Coming to the back, we have here a German layout. What I see here, I feel it's a lot of space in here, and they haven't so far tried to pack too many people into the vehicle. Huge amount of space in there for storage. That's your boiler, so you wouldn't really want to store too much around that. And in here we've got more space. Look at that wardrobe, fantastic. That's great. Same fridge, 2 burners, large sink. Large table. I have a van which is 7 meters long as well, although mine is, this is 235 centimeters in width, mine's 220. But it seems as though there's far more space in there than there is in mine. One thing you can get with the overcab is that it gets stuffy inside. But if you've got the windows in summer, so you've got the windows open, it's, you know, it's not too, although you might say you don't want to leave the window open. Well, it's up a height, it's not really much of a problem. 7 meter van, 60,000 euros. Right, okay, so this one here, 6 people can sleep here. This is when there's a rear facing bench, that normally means it's going to turn into a bed. Even, you know, these tiny car camper conversions, you see a rear bench in it. It looks daft, but that, as a rule, is to turn the bench into a bed. Now I hope you're paying attention, because I'm going to be asking you which one you like the best. Little feature here, this bed is adjustable. You can put it up higher or lower depending on your requirements. There's an example. You can see the bed's low here. There is the crank for putting it up. There's me in the mirror. Oh, I'd just like to say the t-shirt sponsor for today is Zimna Woda campsite, Bydgoszcz, Poland. Fantastic site, wonderful location on a river, and I show you, see the, I'll do a video before long anyway on it, and I mean, I published a number of photographs from there when I was there, but absolutely wonderful, really. It's a campsite which is being built. It's under construction, effectively. It hasn't been finished. It's still got a lot of work to do, but great location. Right, there's a 7 meter version. You know, I go into these vans and I come out, and then I get disorientated a bit when I come out. A699, 7 meters, DVB. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you this here. Sorry, before I forget. So you got this, goes up. So you can see it's down. Crank goes in there. Turn this around, and you wind it. Sorry, you turn this around and you wind it up, and it goes up. If you need more space, and it's already a pretty good garage, but it can be a much better one. Right, sorry, 7 meter van here at a cost of less than 56,000. And so what this has got, these bunks at the back, 2 people there, 2 people there, 2 people in the dinette, and 2 people. So that's 8 people, and a couple of people can sleep on the floor here, and a couple of people further down on the floor as well. So you can easily get, I don't know, about 33 people in there. And let's get the big question is, what's the payload? Well, you can put this on a 4,400 kilo basis, and I doubt that it weighs much more than 3,100 to my eye. Maybe it's got a, I don't know, a solid gold chassis or something, which would put the weight up a little bit. Maybe it has, I don't know, probably hasn't, but at that price. But you could, I think, get those 6 people in there without too much of a problem. Right, here we've got a more traditional type of a van with a rear door overcabbed van, and this thing here is going to cost, it's all the same price roughly, it's just over 56,000 euros. So you've got here a bunk bed at the back. This one here will come out, and you can either lay it flat at the back or take it out completely, and that will give you this then be a rather large garage. And you can, once you're inside, you can keep an eye on what's in the garage. One thing if you are going to put 8 people in, 6 people in, you have to remember that the payload, right, it's not just the weight of the person, it's the weight of all the stuff you take with them, which includes the water. And another very important feature that manufacturers don't seem to think about is this: 100 litres of water is not going to go very far if you've got 6 people in the van. And also, for example, you would need a spare cassette. When there's 2 of us in the van, and then I have to, every 3 days or so, I have to dump the cassette, 3, 4 maybe. And if you've got 6 in, you're looking at a daily use of dumping it. So how much urine is produced by 6 people in a day, plus other uses of the toilet. So that is something to consider. There is in the United States, you've got black tanks. With a black tank, of course, you've got far more capacity for storage. I've done a video on the Indus system from Thetford, and that system is it's completely different, and it might help explain another way of travelling. Now, Thetford is it's rolling it out, but still in a rather experimental way. So there's only about 300 vehicles which are actually using it at present. So here, 2, 4, 5, 2 behind me, 7 people. 7-metre van. So actually, this, if we've got there's some options you can take with some kit. You can put it up to 4,400. It's currently on 120 horsepower, 2.3 litre engine, and okay, these are the costs, but what I would have liked to have known is the empty weight, which is not given here. Anyway, but not to worry. I mean, if you put in a 4,400 basis, really, if that'll give well over a ton of extra of payload. So that would be included in everything. But remember the water problem and the sewage problem. So you need to take extra cassette or two, and water, well, you can't take extra water, but you in canisters. Of course, it depends what you're doing. If you're just going to campsites, it doesn't make any difference anyway. So thanks very much for watching this video and getting this far with me. I've given you there the Forster range of overcabs, although of course all the observations that I've made apply to all vehicles with an overcab, or all vehicles in general. Thanks for watching and all the best from Dusseldorf.